I've acquired my ice cream. Are you still there?
Oh yeah.
Nope, we're all left. We're gone.
We are all gone.
I thought perhaps everyone had scattered to go acquire ice cream.
No, because of persistent stomach issues, am back on a diet of not delicious things. So I sadly am not partaking of the ice cream. So I sadly. Yeah.
I'm very sorry to hear that.
Yeah, honestly, like, it's probably better for me anyway to just stop eating like shit. It's probably better. So it's like, it sucks, but it's like one of those things where I'm like, all right, this is probably just better to, I don't know, have healthy habits anyway. Medically forced healthy living.
I mean, like, otherwise, I'm eating better than I have been in a long time, but, you know, it's fucking hot. It's ice cream time.
Yeah, I mean, you don't need to look. Any time to me is ice cream time. Just fine. I fucking love ice cream. My doctor was just basically like, so let me get this straight. When you eat blank, you are in pain. And I'm like, yes. And then she's like, so you continue to eat thing. And I was like, yes. And she's like, are you retarded? I'm like, maybe. Just a teensy bit. She did note in my medical record after the exam that I was eating less French fries. So.
Oh, good for you.
All right.
You know, we'll take the small victories.
Dude, I'm a small W gamer. Robert Small W Wing.
Alright. Just had to fire up ye old stream. We're fired up.
Fired up.
Fired up.
Surely, Trevor, you recognize that reference.
Sorry, I stopped paying attention. What's up?
It was a fire bat from StarCraft, and it was a reference for you, but whatever, man.
Whatever, dude.
Whatever, man.
I'm looking at Baldur's Gate stuff, alright?
Ooh.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Am I fucking boring you? My God.
Am I
I
supposed
thought he
to
made
answer
that
that, or is that a
pretty
trap?
clear.
I mean, I'm also excited for Baldur's Gate. Also, apparently you can make love to a bear. I'm very glad I had the opportunity to share that with everyone, because honestly...
That game looks like it's going to be fucking amazing.
The game looks like it's just going to be off the wall. I cannot...
2 weeks.
Cannot wait.
Did you watch the whole preview video then?
Yeah, I did.
I did not, but I read the blog, and I watched the bear video.
The bear incident.
I think everybody watched the bear video.
I tried to find it again to share it to Rachel, and I couldn't, so I tried to describe it, and I failed miserably.
You probably did not manage to capture the...
How do you
the coy grin
I focused
that...
on the squirrel part. That was the most amusing to me.
Did you know that the squirrel and the bear were, mo-capped by big streamers?
Are you serious?
What?
That's serious.
That's amazing.
I forget who. But it was like part of the joke is that the bear and the squirrel were both mo-capped by like big influencers.
Please, God. Let that be true.
99.9% sure it is. Let me check.
Yes, man. Cite your sources. All right. Well, while Flix is looking up the origins of Hey Bear Fucker, hey, we're back. We're gonna play some D&D. Also, I do want to post every time I see that clip. I'm gonna post that Super Troopers clip of them yelling, "Hey, bear fucker!" Because it's so fucking on point. But anyway, less making love to bears, more making love to apparently tree people, a cat man, a fairy, and an elf. Let's go. Alright, I'm gonna blow my nose one more time, do a quick recap, and we'll get started. We are joined today by Tabby, who is being very good, sitting right next to me. Yes, not on my lap. He's just watching everything that's going on today. All right. I'm stretching. I do not have ice cream, but I'm ready for the recap. Ahem. As you all are trying to find out the exact origins of these mysterious Arboreans and where exactly they've gone, your travels have brought you to mysterious places. And here in Auralia, where the trees grow as tall as buildings and shroud the canopies multi-layered below it, you have discovered some very interesting things. As you first entered these Arborean woods, a curious wood hag gave you some very potent tea and allowed you to dream vision your way into, well, just exactly what might be lurking inside Bonsai's mind. And the memories that were once obfuscated by Bonsai's unfortunate death came to light as you manifested a shared vision at the roots of Sika, where the were-ravens who were abandoned by the Arboreans, twisted by the corrupting magics coming up through the ley lines, harbored themselves within the roots of the great world tree, and were very keen on spreading their filth and corruption, as the Arboreans were missing, and their minds were too twisted by the evil magics to think rationally. As you came out of your mushroom-induced dream vision, additional clues about Bonsai's origins became clear, including having a quite literal map to Sika that intertwined around Bonsai's heart. And as Bonsai discovered that they could open their chests similar to, well, even a strange automaton to reveal their heart within, the roots that intertwined their heart showed the path to the roots of Sika, completely differentiating Bonsai from the false dryad narrative that the crone was trying to push on you. And so, with Bonsai's heart showing the way, you all made your way to the roots of Sika, where the just a hint of the corruption that festered within Arctis was beginning to show on the great world tree. And as you delved into the roots, you had discovered that the buzzards, the were-ravens, trapped between forms, were indeed nesting there, and harboring a dangerous, regenerating creature known as Zmai. And this hydra-like dragon that festered within these, the buzzards' filthy pools, was no match for Rain, Flix, Drian, and Bonsai, as you disintegrated various heads and tossed them nonchalantly over a cliff. With the Zmai and the various buzzards put to heal, you made your way through the roots and finally emerged at the trunk of Sika, where Rangda, the buzzard queen, was performing a foul ritual upon the tree's base. A portal that was festering with dark magic was burrowing its way into the trunk of the tree, and Rangda, surrounded by the twisted harpies that she commanded, quickly set them upon the party. The bulbous bits of corruption that were sprouting all over Sika were connected to Bonsai, And as you shattered and destroyed Rongda's shield that was surrounding her, without harming the bulbs that were corrupting the world tree first, Rongda's power source and her shield exploded in a huge spark of magical energy, stunning Bonsai due to their close, relationship with the world tree. Drion was feeble-minded, reduced to a simpleton, and only able to act on his base cat-like impulses. And lucky for the party, Drion chasing around a giant bird made a whole lot of sense. And Drion pursued Rongda even as she tried to fly back up into the trees and branches of Sika to continue her ritual. Bonsai, as they eventually came out of their stun, due to the slaying of the harpies around, called their glorious steed to join them, which also had to make, Bonsai, your steed, had to make their way through the caves. And, let's just say there was a little train to zone happening, as your steed was not invisible and made its way through the caves. And luckily,
some EverQuest shit right there.
I summoned my steed. All right, train to zone. Let's go. No leash. But whatever showed up alongside Bonsai's steed was also easily dispatched by the party. And soon enough, you four put an end to Rongda's ritual, but the dark magics that burrowed into the trunk still festered, as the portal Rongda was opening was just on the verge of completion. Bonsai, hearing the pained call of Sika, along with the rest of you, managed to use your magical abilities to open the portal just, wide enough for the party to make it through, descending down into the great world tree. As you all emerged on the other side, you had met with the... later, Tabby. You met with the incarnation of Sika inside. And there, the great cherry world tree of Auralia gave Bonsai insight, their origins, and the overall lore of the world trees and their purpose on Arctis. Sika had told you the world trees and their roots provided the means which magic coursed through the world. That the roots acted like ley lines, allowing worlds that these trees had planted in to not just have magic, but proliferate magic. And as the roots delved into the world, not just through the earth, but through the spiritual barriers, dipping into other planes, elemental planes, and suffusing the world that they landed on with elemental magics. Sika's and the other world trees' roots ran deep, and they provided the magical causeways that Arctis needed to, spread magic all over the continent, and allowing for people and for things that thrived off of magic to survive and to grow strong. But with the introduction of the slow, that magic warping blue lava that entered Arctis, some of these ley lines that were touched by this twisted magic became corrupted and twisted. And in order for the Arboreans and the world trees that they originated from to guard these causeways, had returned back into their spiritual area where these world trees resided, trying to absorb the corruption within themselves as a tree would try to absorb impurities within the soil in order to purify it. And many Arboreans were lost in the process. And in order to save their were-raven friends and their companions from their potentially twisted fate, they did not tell the were-ravens where they were going, and left them on Arctis, so they would not unwillingly and unknowingly sacrifice themselves as the Arboreans did. Now that, well, with the Arboreans gone, and the world trees still failing, it is your understanding that the Arboreans were not entirely successful at cutting off the corruption from these various ley lines, and that something slowly was still seeping through. You all had seen it within the geothermic rift within Borealis, and in other places, and so, slowly but surely, the slow was still corrupting Arctis, and had found another ley line in order to slowly travel through, and one you know of for sure passes through a certain crystal dragon residing within the Artificers Guild of Borealis. And so, the sacrifices continue to make sure these channels of magic remain untainted. But as the slow is, well, nigh invisible and seemingly only distorts magic, it is potentially easy to ignore, at least for the common folk. And now, Bonsai, you have a new and renewed purpose. You are an Arborean that has returned to Arctis, having previously sacrificed yourself, trying to save the land from the magic poisoning of the slow. With this renewed knowledge of you and your people, and your mother, the Great World Tree, she has given you all that she can give you at this time in order to help you on your journey. And that one thing, in order to stop the slow, you need knowledge. And that knowledge lies within the Great Ice Library. And your final key to the library resides in Aurelia with the Mercurial Fairy Lord. But this Fairy Lord does not invite such commoners such as yourselves to his galas and balls. And thus, you have been sent to Aurelia to find, some sort of bond or pledge between the Arboreans and the Fae and the Were-Ravens that maybe you could invoke in order to get an audience with the Mercurial Lord. And as you spoke with Sika, she has gifted you, at least her knowledge, a piece of branch torn from her head that she said will provide the Mercurial Lord with as much knowledge as the fickle fairy may desire. Knowledge of the cosmos. Perhaps something that's a little too burdensome for one individual. And so with a smile, she has given you this curious token and has gone back to rest. The petrified forms of other Arboreans still linger around Sika as a cautious reminder of your fate if you do not stop the slow in time. Now, you find yourselves in another Arborean Glade, a potential portal that was once used between the Arboreans and the Fae, when things were much happier between the two species. And let's see just what state this long unused portal between the Arboreans and the Fae might be. Will it be stable? Who knows? But what we do know is it is currently surrounded by a host of very unfriendly fauna that is currently skulking about the glade. That is where we will return to, as you are currently in the Arborean Glade, and Drion has found a lovely red-bulbed plant, which he has decided to momentarily take his glaive to. Perhaps he thought it was catnip, but after a few cautious slices, the bulbs of the flower have opened up to reveal a burning core within. Let's return to the glade, shall we? One moment, please. Maps are a little slow loading today, so one moment. Overall, things have been pretty good in this recent update, so I'm glad.
Yay, Forge not shit in the bed.
Yay!
Woohoo! Technology is the vehicle of D&D.
We're doing it. We're doing it. There we go. Some trees have had their vision corrected. Just waiting for Nick to load in. Mounting is currently not working a bonsai, so you will have to
Oh, hey.
Copy that.
drag and select both of your tokens in order to move them.
So I forget, it's been a while. I'm the Bugbear Cleric, right?
No!
Why are there
Oh,
two
okay.
flexes on my square? They're like bouncy flexes.
I was about
Two?
to make a joke and be like, no, you're the Leonin fighter, because that was your Kamos character, but that's actually now your descendant character, and that
Yeah.
didn't work.
You've all find yourselves, once again, back in this very wet Arborean Glade. Small streams run through, and you see on a higher elevation to the north, through the swath of trees and rocks, there's a little bit of a waterfall as water cascades down from a much higher area. Rocks glowing with ancient magical runes surround a central stone plinth that is currently in the center of the pond, and faded runes are carved within the plinth's surface. Shuffling about around the entirety of this stone structure are a few very fearsome-looking creatures. One, a
Oh god, I
mass,
forgot about that.
a mass of vines and skulls held together by their own squirming mass, is shambling about in the water.
What I want to know is
Occasionally-
why does it have so many testicles?
Trying to grab the small fish out of the pond and crush it within its viney embrace. Another thing shuffling around in the ponds is this lovely creature, more humanoid in appearance. Its various
Flix
scales.
just collapses into helpless laughter upon seeing it.
I just want to point out, the other day I watched Annihilation for the first time, and this whole zone is hitting me different.
Something that once probably had a head, but now is covered in a slimy layer of scales. Its chest burst open, and tentacles scouring around in the water for food, lapping up any sort of blood or flesh they can find. But down here, at least to the south, hidden amongst the trees, Dreon has found this very curious flower sitting by itself on an island. The fat leaves of this grassy plant, tipped with orange, are now alit with 4 burning blossoms. And Dreon, slashing at it with his glaive for a few times and slamming the butt of his polearm into it, has only seemed to, well, disturb the dirt and not cut through the thick fronds of the pod thrower. But now, as each of the bulbs in turn alight with fire, the rest of you hear a shuffling amongst the other bits of foliage closer to Dreon. Rain Bonsai and Flix. I need you all to make me perception checks, please.
I predict Flix will forget his because he's still distracted by that thing with a gigantic vulva on its chest.
Yes. Okay, solid start.
Bonsai is distracted by Flix's distraction.
All right. Okay, a pretty decent roll on Flix's part.
Flix, let me check your vision real quick. Flix, you are currently looking at the horrible thing with the giant vulva on its chest, but to the east, your ear perks up at the sound of something crawling through the grass. Or maybe it's just the grass itself. And it goes without saying that your crossbow of warning goes off.
Are we telepathically bonded? Pretty sure we are, right? We usually are. Heading into danger.
It's been so long, I can't recall, but yeah, generally we are.
May I assume that we are, Christina?
I'll allow it.
Sure. Through the bond. Well, it seems as though something is approaching from the east with hostile intentions. Do be on your guard. And watch out for the grass.
You mean the thing
Dreon,
that Dreon just beat in the head?
I'm gonna pause it real quick. As Dreon, you took your glaive to the pod thrower sitting on the little island, and your little lion feeties are getting wet from the pond that you're currently standing in, the rustling of grass, and the lighting of more pod throwers to the east, and another to the north catches your attention. And you actually see the final one as all of these burst from the ground.
Dreon looks around as they start to appear. I assume they're on fire, Christina.
Oh yeah.
He looks around and he looks back down at the pod he was fighting. This is the barn all over again.
One moment, please. I'm gonna need everybody to roll initiative.
Area Man tries to remember how to do this.
Gotta click into your character sheet because the hotbar at the top is broken still.
Where in my character sheet is it?
It's between your armor class and your ability modifiers. It's INI.
It's initiative.
Right, just to the right of the shield.
I found it. Thank you.
Ooh, percussion.
You hear the shh as the other pod throwers make themselves visible, bursting through the ground to the north, the northeast, and directly to your east. And with a little their 4 pods light on fire. One moment. Very good. Initiative has been rolled. And combat begins. Dreon, as you hack at the pod next to you, you discover that it is tough and fibrous, and your glaive does not cut through it as easily as the grass around it. And although you do a nice little job of clearing that island, the pod thrower probably looks very pissed for a plant. Its friend to the north, you hear as the pods light up. One moment, please. The fronds waver back and forth. And then as it flicks itself forward, like a sling, one of the pods rips off itself and a ball of fire goes hurtling towards Dreon. Let's see. The pod thrower lobs a flaming seed pod at a point it can see within 60 feet of it. The seed pod explodes on impact and is destroyed. Each creature within 10 feet of that point must make a DC 15 Dex save, or take 5d4 fire damage on a failed one. Let's see that roll, Dreon. Dreon succeeds with a 20.
Bro, imagine trying, like, you have only succeeded at doing this when you enfeebled me. I'm too fast. I'm built different.
Most of you see the pod hurtling through the air. Rain might not be able to see it where she is currently sitting. But Dreon, with a whistle, you dodge out of the way. And some of the fire singes your fur, but the rest of it goes out in the pod under you. The pod thrower whips back and throws another pod.
On. Oh, wait a minute. Hang on. This could be fun. Let me look at this. What does a 50-foot radius look like? So these things are shambling. They're ambulatory.
Yes, they do move.
Okay.
But you notice, at the very least, they are relatively slow. Oh, real quick, Drion, make me a perception check.
Alright. Alright, found it. Hold up.
Drion, you can see as this pod thrower is moving around and throwing bulbs back, the blades of grass that you managed to cut on it are quickly healing up and knitting themselves back together.
Drion says telepathically, might have to set these on fire, just a guess.
Aren't they already on fire? Shouldn't we douse them with water or something?
Well, they're on fire in the parts they want to be.
Okay. We're just gonna be silly. I hope I don't regret this later. But who's kidding? Or let's not kid ourselves. I won't regret it. That didn't work. What the fuck?
Reverse gravity.
Give me my measure template. There we go.
Wait, is this just Sigma alt? Are you Sigma alting?
What? Okay.
Okay.
I don't know why he didn't also get selected. There we go.
And I will do one for the last one.
They're really slow, says Christina. And yet they all roll above 20 on their initiative index.
They are slow moving. I did not say they were not dexterous.
Not to
Rain,
mention they got roots. It's kind of, you know, they're all rooty.
I
like.
asked if they were ambulatory. That means they're not rooted.
Still got little rootsies for feet. Come on.
I thought you asked if they were ambulances, and I was like, no.
ambulances. Rain, describe to me what you're doing.
Wee woo.
It's not fun and cool anymore, so. Rain bends down and picks up like a little bit of dirt from the ground and holds it out in front of her and sprinkles it. And as it falls to the ground, it starts actually going up instead of falling. And right in front of Drion, everything that is not like rooted to the ground slowly starts to fall up into the air. Up to 100 feet.
Oh God.
Yeah, they go 100 feet up. So anything that fails its saving throw goes up 100 feet.
Including the water in that pond.
Including the water, actually, yes. And I think they still have to, yeah, like the area is still reverse gravity, so they will have to stay, any of the ones that saved will still be affected by it.
Okay. So the first one who succeeds, if they succeed, they do not fall up. Is that correct?
Yeah, they grab something.
It's grabbing onto something, basically, to not fall.
He succeeds and is slightly more rooted to the ground than the other ones. The next one, these two fail. These two in the back. Something very curious happens, Rain, as you reverse the gravity on the pod throwers that have made themselves visible. As you hear the sounds of roots ripping from the earth, the pod thrower, you notice it has a very round red bulb underneath the ground, like a big root. And the bulb has a heat index. It's like radiating fire. And the bulb, as it becomes exposed to the air, immediately explodes.
There's no way I knew that was gonna happen. That's incredible.
As it's removed from the ground, the bulb goes and explodes in a fiery 10-foot radius to everything around it. And it goes into the air. We'll just say he's 100 feet up. The same thing happens to the one on the south. Its unstable bulb being exposed to the air. It immediately explodes in a 10-foot radius around it. The bulb is now hurtles through the air in a fiery explosion. The pod's going like little rockets. It's the 4th of July.
This almost feels like that time that I disintegrated the shield and stunned Bonsai for half his life. But luckily this time, the right ones didn't fail.
Aren't you glad you didn't do this when they were all gathered around Drion?
Drion, as you sweat momentarily looking at the pod thrower next to you, it resists the pull of gravity and sinks its roots down into the mushy marsh under it. And you breathe a sigh of relief as you are definitely in that 10-foot radius.
You see a Leonin version of Munkus momentarily.
So did they take any damage from their unstable bulb, or?
They do not.
Well, that's not okay.
Come on.
These damn fire type, grass types. Doesn't make any damn sense.
Next up, there's a pod throw 100 feet in the air. He is not going to do much. Except fall. Does he fall on his turn or on your turn?
No, this area is persistently reverse gravity.
Oh.
Anybody entering it or like starting their turn still in it is like still affected. Like this is just gravity's weird here now, yo.
All right, he's 100 feet up, and those pods are a 60-foot range. As it tries to feebly throw a pod. He cannot. He feebly throws a pod down to the ground in Drion's direction. But 40 feet before it hits the ground, it explodes in midair.
Well, technically it falls back towards him. Because
Oh yeah, it would just fall back up.
So does it just hit him in the face?
It just kind of goes at a large arc and then just flies up.
And then just blows up like.
And then just
fucking
blows
firework.
up. The pod thrower quivers in frustration. Flix, you're up.
These are probably corrupted or something, right?
I mean, not necessarily, right? Maybe they're just angry. Angry plants.
Well, we could try speaking with them. In Sylvan. Hello, why are you angry? Could you please consider not exploding on us?
It does not respond.
All right, well, all right then. Fine. He'll shoot. Can I try to shoot at the little vines that they're using to moor themselves to the earth?
So they get hit by the gravity?
Yeah.
Sure, I'll allow it.
All right, cool. I'm gonna try to dislodge this one first.
He's already dislodged.
He's already up. He's already up. Yeah, he's plus 100 feet, so he's
oh,
dislodged.
right.
Yeah, the two that are
Okay, yeah, in
100
which
feet
case
in the
I'm
air
gonna-
are floating.
I'm gonna try to dislodge this one too. This is great fun, right?
Flix, you could always try and pull it out of the ground, but you could try to shoot it out of the ground. I will give you if you hit it. I'm sorry?
I was gonna say, I do have always on telekinesis, but I can't move living things with it. Like, I can't move creatures with it, but if the bulb is not considered part of the creature, I could probably move the bulb.
It is a part of the creature.
Yeah, I'm not strong enough to, like, yank them out of the ground. That's why I was gonna aim for shooting at their little rootsy-wootsies in order to make them lose their grip.
If you get a 19 or 20, I will force him to make another dex save.
Like, on the roll or total?
On the roll. You have to roll 19 or 20.
All right. Because I have the sharpshooter feat, can we extend that range?
No,
He's specifically good at hitting small targets.
that will be with the sharpshooter. You're trying to hit their roots in the ground.
All right. So normal attack, and if I roll super well, then they lose their grip.
Then they will have a dex save.
You've got a deal. All right. Oh, that's weird. All right. My crossbow got unequipped somehow. It didn't? All right, well, whatever.
Don't forget to
Looking to
target.
roll.
T to target.
Oh, yes. Never
Targeting.
gonna get used to that. Too many different game UIs. All right, and I'm not sharpshooting. Oh, all my spells are gone too. I should have like long strider and a bunch of other nonsense. Yeah. Actually, I'm gonna take a moment to apply hex.
Sure.
And I'm gonna hex its dexterity.
To hell with you.
I mean, it doesn't affect the saving throw, but it's a nice thought.
He aims.
Cool.
He's hexing.
All right.
Alright, very good. You hex its dex.
I did not roll in 18 or 20, but
Close though.
You got close. Your first attack hits, and you pierce one of its leaves for 8 damage.
all right. Well, I'm gonna shoot it a couple more times.
$24 definitely hits. And you hit it for a combination of, let's see, piercing and necrotic damage. Flix, make
Yeah.
me a perception check.
Sure. $24. That was a nice roll. I wish that was one of my attack rolls.
Flix, you notice that the color noticeably drains from the pod thrower as your hex takes hold, and it begins to wilt slightly.
Oh, well, these things definitely don't like necrotic damage. If you've got sources of that, anything that decays, no bueno.
Flix, the regeneration.
I don't even know what language that is, but I know it's not good.
Flix, you have disabled their regenerative properties by applying necrotic damage.
Oh, fancy. Unfortunately, that is all I can do. That is all my actions. Pew pew and hex.
The pod thrower still is advancing on Dreon, but it's looking a little bit worse for the wearer. Bonsai, you're up.
Cool. So before doing anything, Bonsai is going to look at this pod throw in our way and try to insight.
Very good.
That's still a thing, right? No one else is trying that.
Oh yeah. Everyone's just, what would you like to know?
Does it have any vulnerabilities? And if so, what is one of them?
It does not.
Okay, cool. So Bonsai is going to pull out the vine and crack it in the air, and is going to hold their action. And if any enemy comes within 10 feet, they're going to whip them twice.
Oh, very good.
And that is Bonsai's turn.
Next up, there's a pod thrower 100 feet in the air. It does. He wiggles. Dreon, you're up.
All right, Dran is going to insight check the one in front of him. Bro,
You can know 2 things.
I am fucked. I've only rolled above 18 on like 5 rolls. What the fuck? Any resistances?
It is resistant to bludgeoning damage.
What a dick. any cool moves I should know about?
Yes, I will give you this one since you're close enough and you can see Flix's hex getting to work. The pod thrower will regain 10 hit points at the start of its turn if it takes necrotic damage or if it's grappled and removed from the ground. This trait will not function at the start of its next turn. The pod thrower dies only if it starts its turn with 0 hit points and does not regenerate.
Wow. Charming. Dreon looks at it for a second, giving it an appraising once over, and nods, seeming satisfied with something, and then begins tearing into it again.
How fucking dare you? That's your bonus attack, Dreon, which is bludgeoning, so he only takes half damage from that.
Oh, word? Alright, let's get back to the real dex here.
As you slap it with the back of your polearm, it is mildly bruised.
Are you using the right glaive? Didn't you get like a glaive plus 2 or 3 or something? From...
He does have a
yeah.
glaive plus 3.
Alright, well, I mean, I fucked up, so just keep that one. Good call.
A couple very good slashes through the air.
What does he roll tonight? What the fuck?
All right.
I mean, it doesn't matter, but okay. Yeah, so Dreon goes through his suite of attacks, and then he is actually going to... He's going to book it. And he gets back with the rest of the crew, seeing Scythe or Bonsai in a stance to take action. And that's going to end his turn.
All right, very good. The pod thrower does not and cannot take an attack of opportunity on you, and you have significantly pruned this pod thrower. Scythius? Question mark?
Cool. Yeah, always a question mark with him. Yeah, Scythius is going to see the gap that Dreon left and start charging forward. And as soon as it's 10 feet away, Bonsai's attack is going to go off.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah, brother.
Hell yeah, brother.
And because of mounted combatant, Bonsai gets advantage.
Oh, it is not mounted.
What?
The pod thrower is not
than,
mounted. Yeah.
It just has to be smaller than Scythius.
Oh, okay.
And then Bonsai gets advantage. So that hit with 30
definitely hits.
Oh, is this thing an aberration?
I
would roll at disadvantage if it were.
It is not.
Okay, cool. Yeah, we're just gonna do some damage. What? No.
Holy shit!
Okay. So that was the
Bonsai.
first attack.
Yeah, a good whip for 21 damage.
And comes back around and does a second whip, a little crack. Also hits.
Also hits.
Another 20 damage.
Another 20. The pod thrower, quickly losing a lot of foliage, is down to its bare stems.
Oh man. Yeah, I mean Scythius isn't smart enough. He's gonna just go in and keep going for the kill. So he is going to continue forward, if I can get the right button here, into range, and do a claw attack.
That'll miss.
Critical miss, yeah. And then he's gonna try to keep flying over and try to claw again. That hit? Wait, why is it targeting Scythius? That's weird.
Oh, I think you targeted yourself on accident. Try again. I'll delete this one.
Sorry, I gotta move backwards to be able
It's
to
okay.
target the guy. And then move forward again. And now do the claw.
There we go. That'll hit.
Hits. All right, and then we do damage. Is that? That seems like a lot. No, I guess that's right. Okay,
No,
cool.
that looks good. Bonsai, you notice as the foliage droops under the effect of Flix's hex, Saethius begins to claw at it viciously, and the oozing and dying plant is quickly put down.
Cool. So that was 25 movement of Saethius' 80 movement. So as Saethius enters this zone, he basically flies and rotates upside down to account for the gravity, and starts flying upwards towards this guy.
Whee!
Another lot. But trying to stay outside of 60 feet from the thing. So I'll figure out the math for that.
Just don't figure out diagonals, just either vertical
No?
or horizontal. No. We're not gonna
Okay.
Pythagoras this.
Is this close enough? I'm 50 feet vertical, and then another 25 feet the other way. It's way more than 60. Does that work for you?
Yeah, that works.
All right, cool. And that's going to be the end of Bonsai's turn.
All right. 1 second, I gotta check on something. Apparently the YouTube stream is fucked up. 1 second. Pause. Brief pause.
It occurs to me that perhaps, since there are a bunch of other plant monsters, it would not be a bad idea for us to lure them into the reverse gravity as well.
I'm
And
sorry,
then
could you
just
say
carry on.
that in
Okay.
Rain's? Could you say that in Rain's voice? I'm trying to be immersed.
It occurs to me that perhaps it would
Thank
not be a bad idea for us to lure the other plant monsters into the gravity well. And then we could just go through the portal.
I don't know if they're really monsters, but I get your drift as that they're plants. And yes, bring them in if they're going to be aggressive to us. Sounds like a good idea.
I mean, they seem corrupted somehow to me.
Yeah, I gotta be honest. The average tree doesn't have whatever looks like a fucking valve on its chest.
Right?
And the average
Oh,
Leonin
you
doesn't
saw
have a
that
blade
too?
for free.
You saw that too? It's ridiculous.
How can you not?
It's just out there.
Right, it's just right there.
Well,
It's so vividly colored, too.
Yeah, but if you ran into one that looked like that, you better get the fuck away.
What do you all think flowers are?
Vulvas?
What?
Essentially.
Vix, do you recall the whole conversation about what Saethius' moonberries are, or Bonsai's moonberries are?
Oh god.
What?
Yeah, I do recall that, but those are berries. That's not the same thing as that. He gestures wildly in the direction of the thing with the vulva monster.
Perhaps not the same, but perhaps similar. Either way, would you like to be bait?
Oh. Well, I mean, I could probably use an illusion instead. So that I don't
But
have to put
also-
myself in harm's way.
You could just float around in the gravity well. You should be fine.
Oh, I suppose that's true. And I suppose yell at them from a distance, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
All right, yeah, I can do that.
Go flutter around, make everything angry, and pull it back here to the gravity well.
There is a
I'll do
palm
my
thrower
very best.
that is starting its turn in the gravity well, and I'm assuming I need to make another dex save.
I
It
think
sounded
it's
like
only,
you
if
said
it
pot
moves.
grower to me.
Pot grower?
Like some poor dude was tending his grove out here and got caught up in all this nonsense.
Let's see. Is it gravity well? No, it's gravity fissure, right?
It's reverse. It's reverse gravity.
Reverse gravity. Okay, hold on.
Yeah, I think it only it continues to apply to the area, but it doesn't have rules for like making another save. I think it only matters if you like try to move, basically. Otherwise, I think you're just fine. I think it just assumes that if you made the save, you're fine if you're standing still.
Okay, because he's gonna move out of it. Boop. He's gonna
Seems
shuffle.
very reasonable.
Shuffle. Bonsai. Wait, you're 50 feet up? Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
so
but
far.
he does have the benefit of gravity working for him.
He does, so I actually can't throw it through here because the pod will just go whoop straight up.
Well, look, if he arcs it just right, like he has to like underhand lob it, but if he does, I bet you he gets a lot more spin on that.
What's his intelligence?
Not high enough to do that, I promise you. Oh god, okay.
I just want to see the fucking pod thrower softball pitch Saithius in the face.
The pod thrower, for a moment, just dips its roots into the soft earth and regenerates a single flaming seed pod, which immediately lights on fire.
It seems counterproductive for plant life to constantly be on fire.
He says as he gets seed podded in the face. Bloop. As it whips back, it throws that single tiny seed pod over at Flix, Drion, and Rain.
What's the
landing-
radius?
It is that is the radius. Flix, Drion, and Rain.
Right, but I'm 30 feet up.
Let's see. 10 feet, so you would not be affected. Boop.
Oh, good for you!
You should really learn to fly.
To be fair, Adrian, you were the one who came over here, specifically.
See what happens when I'm near friends? I'm meant to be a lone wolf.
I mean, I tried to help you last time.
Dren.
Drion fails and Rain succeeds. Rain makes a con save and succeeds. Drion, you took 13 fire damage from the explosion of the flaming seed pod, and Rain only took 6.
Drion loudly yells, "Fuck!"
Boom! And you hear another one hurtling towards your direction. This pod thrower only has 1 pod left.
So these are like leafy little grenade launchers, basically. They don't make attack rolls, they just launch the pods wherever they're doing their thing.
Yep. Well, they do have their grass attack as well, which is a more traditional attack.
Grass attack!
Grass
So they're
attack!
So their Pokemon, basically, they just took a fire move.
Yeah, essentially. Drion and Rain both fail.
I think Drion is actually getting a negative buff from the power of friendship.
As Drion fails 2 dex saves in a row.
Proof this is not a JRPG.
You have to value the power of friendship to benefit from it. Didn't you learn anything from all that anime you watched?
I mean, listen, he's a very tsundere wolf. Cat, whatever.
Cat! The pod thrower begins to regenerate, trying to grow another seed pod. Rain, you're up.
Adrian, could you please bodyguard me elsewhere?
Drion looks up, still a little on fire, and he kind of grins. Oh, so specific in what you want.
What do I have? So I'm concentrating on reverse gravity. Remember what are even spells?
What are even?
I always found your spells rather odd.
We're just gonna go ahead and Ray of Frost.
Solid. That'll hit.
Okay, there we go. Zort.
Zorch. The pod thrower's movement speed is lowered by 10.
And we'll go ahead and Mind Sliver him as well.
He will make an int save. 1 minus 4 is 3. Negative 3. The pod thrower is a plant and is very stupid. And the Mind Sliver absolutely drives home.
Excellent.
-3.
All right, Flix, I will leave the rest to you.
The plant was too stunned to speak.
What do you mean, leave the rest to me?
That'll be the end of Rain's turn. You're gonna go round everything up and lure it into the gravity well with your sexy, sexy fey body that you like to remind us is so sexy.
I don't need to remind you. It's right here. Let's see. 10, 15, 20.
Flix, it's not your turn yet.
Oh. Well then. I guess I won't take it.
The
Yeah, that was just the end of
popper
Rain's turn.
that it is currently its turn is floating 100 feet in the air.
Not my fault. I was misled by the wizard.
Flix, you're up.
I thought you said it wasn't my turn.
Now it is.
Times
He
change.
flailed. It was not super effective.
All right. Flix zips into the gravity well. Ooh, that, that tingles. Hey! Hey, you fucking idiots!
Whoa.
I'm right here. Look how tender and delicious I am. You, with all the testicles erupting from your chest, come and get it. Vulvas aplenty. Here I am.
Drian
Good
kind of quirks a
lord.
brow at that one.
You wanted the plan, Drian.
Flix, make me a performance check?
Can it be persuasion? I'm trying to
Sure.
persuade them to come. Sweet. Excellent.
He really gets into that, doesn't he?
Oh, yes.
Do I get advantage for being me?
No.
If you
It's
want
worth a
my
shot.
body and you think I'm sexy, come on in.
Please, someone draw Flix with the Rod Stewart haircut. Please, I beg you.
He kind of has that actually right now in his art.
A little bit.
Uh,
Not as feathered, thankfully.
Flix says
Well, I always
you-
found Rod Stewart exceptionally disturbing as a child for some reason. I just
That's fair.
yeah.
Flix's taunts go on deaf ears, as the plants don't have ears nor a language.
Oh, so I can't just gyrate wildly and convince
Well,
them to
you
approach
can-
in this
you can-
manner.
You can definitely gyrate wildly.
You most certainly can, as they will. Let's see. Well, one cannot see you. One moment.
Well, chesticles over here can definitely see me. Unless they don't have range, unless it's like a
Testicles, oh chesticles, he definitely cannot see you. There's a big rock in the way.
oh. Well,
The other ones, just checking vision real quick. You notice this thing turn as you flail and kick and scream. It is mildly interested. It begins to
I
pull
flail and kick
itself
and scream.
up off the rock.
Sexy flailing
I
and
don't
screaming.
think that's into that. You cause it to join the initiative list.
Oh, well, I got one. That's good, right? I was busy screaming and whatnot. Can I still shoot, or is that my turn?
I will let your screaming be a bonus action.
Okay, awesome.
Your
Alright,
sexy
so
screaming.
this pod thrower is dead, right? That's the one that I hexed, I think.
Yep.
Alright, in which case I will not be able to move hex, but I will shoot at this one. By targeting it first, because I totally always remember to do that.
Flix, are you flying up in the reverse gravity?
Yeah.
Rain, does reverse gravity affect ranged attacks?
It does not specify that it has any effect on range attacks. But I feel like reverse gravity is one of those things that is high enough level that you can adjudicate it in whatever way you think is fun.
Let's see. does not specifically say, so I will let it go. Flix, you hit the pod thrower as you are definitely being affected by the reverse gravity, however. Great piercing. What else are you doing?
Oh, right. I can't move hex, so it's not going to accomplish a whole lot. I'll just shoot it a bunch. Why not? Yeah, have some more crossbow bolts for you. I rolled a 17. You're not even in the gravity well, though. Why don't you come over here? Flix does a whopping, 14 points of damage, 15 points of damage this round?
Yep. As you take a couple pot shots at the pod thrower, your arrows are now sticking out of the earth where you think the roots are. What else you doing, Flix?
Now that is all I can do. That is all of my actions. Flix can insight check though, right?
You sure can.
All right, I will insight check testicles o chesticles over here, the arbor site.
Testicles are chesticles. Very good.
Do insight. I know you're on my sheet. There we go.
No.
How are you supposed to pay attention with those chesticles or testicles?
Right.
Testicles or chesticles.
Honestly, I am but a man.
Flix, you are going to be launched into the air thanks to the reverse gravity.
Well, I'm already in the air.
You are going to be at the top of the air.
Oh, well, I guess can I do a dexterity thing to fly against the gravity? I fly against gravity all the time.
Yeah, but it's reversed. So
Yeah,
go ahead and
fly down instead of up.
make me a dex save. It does not say flying creatures are immune to this effect, so.
What the hell are my saving throws?
Dex.
I know, I'm looking for the saving throw. Where the hell are the saving throws on my sheet?
You under Dex, when it says like Dex 16, mouse over, it's to the right.
Oh,
plus
there
8.
it is. Okay. Yeah, it was tiny.
All right, Flix, you will succeed, and you will not currently be affected by the reverse gravity.
Excellent.
Well, you're affected, but you're compensating.
Yeah, fighting against it. Bonsai.
So
Flix doesn't need to compensate for anything.
So that's different than I was expecting the spell to work based on the writing. So for Bonsai and Saethius, if they fly within this space, are they going to have to make dex saves every turn?
Yes.
The space is permanently like reverse. Well, not permanently, but like reverse gravity as long as Rain is concentrating on it. So the effects of it being fucky is there.
Yeah,
It
because
looked
if
like
to get your plan
one
to
turn-
work, like if you want other things to get in this and then be launched upwards, it's going to have to work the same for everybody.
That's true. Well, I just assumed the gravity was different, but the one-time dex save or fly up 100 feet was when the spell is cast, according to the text.
Let me see. Hold on, let me see. Or else, then your plan for dragging the other things will just not work. Because if it's only when it's cast, then we can play it like that.
The gravity would be flipped, so like you just have to deal with gravity. So like right now, I'm assuming that Saethius and Bonsai are flipped upside down, and Saethius is flying downward.
So it says the spell reverses gravity in the radius on a point within range. So it's just persistent.
Yep, but the dex save part is not. It doesn't sound like it's persistent. I'm fine either way. It'll change what I do.
Well, do you guys want to? I just want to be consistent, because if you guys kite something into here, then it's not going to be flipped up, because then it's going to be as Rain casts the spell, which will only affect those 2 current pod throwers.
Well, it would be like walking off a cliff. So if it's something that flies and it walks off a cliff, then it just starts flying, right? But if it's something that walks and walks off a cliff, it's gonna fall.
That was sort of how I was envisioning it, and you get that initial dex save to grab onto something to stop falling.
Sorry, can you say again? I was confused by Flix's last statement.
Yeah. So imagine it in the real world. Basically, you're just flipping the perspective. So when you step into that 50-foot radius, basically now turn it upside down. So if you were walking on the ceiling, basically, you have that dex save to grab onto the ceiling before you start falling. And if you fail that, you're going to start falling. But if you're a flying creature, you don't fall, you just start flying.
Oh yeah, I see what you're saying. Sure. Okay. Yeah, that sounds fine.
Cool. Thank you. The second question: can you hold an action that is a grapple?
Can you hold a grapple? I don't think you
Dude,
can hold
just be
action a grapple. Hold
It
on.
would just be like holding. It's a melee attack to initiate a grapple, right?
Yeah, grapple's just an attack, so in theory you could, I guess. You just have to set the criteria of like what the
you
trigger
can.
mechanism is for you to grapple something. So that's kind of a weird thing to hold usually.
Yeah,
Like,
I mean,
fucking
it makes a
weird.
lot of
So-
sense to me. I'm gonna grab that halfling as soon as he pokes his head out of the hole.
Yes. Yeah. What are your
All right.
when are you
play it
gonna
out, and
grapple?
then we'll see what happens. So first we're gonna insight the left pot thrower and fail. Never mind. Bonsai's first gonna say, Drion, leave that pot thrower to me. I think I'm better equipped to handle it. There's a lot more scary things coming from the north. Can you go around to the west and see if you can cut them off?
Yeah.
through the lake.
Wait, no,
And
don't
then-
cut them off. I'm trying to lure them this direction.
Whatever strategic plan makes sense between the two of you, but I'll get the pot thrower. And then Bonsai is going to hold a grapple action where if a pod thrower is within grappling range, they're going to try to grapple it.
Okay.
that-
Just want to be sure. You say you are 50 feet up currently.
Yep,
Okay. Sounds good.
and that's Bonsai's turn.
Next up, a pot thrower is still in the air. It flails around. Next up, the mound of skulls and vines to the north catches notice of Flix and begins shambling closer, dropping into the water with a splurt. It begins to shuffle across the water.
Yes, that's right. Bring your little giblies over here.
Thorned vines begin to erupt from the center of the arbor site. They're coated in fresh blood. Drion, you're up.
All right, Drion is going to target this. He's going to pull out his bow. Disadvantage? Why is it disadvantage? Huh?
Is it out of range?
Probably range.
Oh, okay. I only saw the second. Okay, so I saw 80 and 320 feet. Okay.
Yeah, 320 is still within
Yeah,
range,
yeah,
but disadvantage.
Roger. Okay, then never mind. X-nay that. Drion is going to set out to see what lurks around here.
Alright, Drion, you shift around the tree and get to the other side. You have a better view of at least some of the things that are currently lurking within the waters to the north. You see the mound of vines and skulls shambling ever so closer to you.
Drion sees the aforementioned pile of skulls. He's going to insight check it. Nah.
What would you like to know?
Oh, nice. Any resistances?
It's resistant to piercing damage.
Well, good for it. Okay. Drion is going to actually square up with the bow and take shots at this. Nope.
That'll miss.
Nope.
And so will that.
Nope.
Drion?
I'm really more of a lance guy. Drion just says to the group, I have eyes on the pile of skulls, bones, monstrosity nonsense. And it's going to end his turn.
Saithius.
All right, cool. So Saithius, seeing his target, is going to fly against gravity, so down, and is going to fly over to this little dude. And as he gets close, he's going to turn sideways and basically be like a fighter jet to expose Bonsai to be able to initiate that grapple.
Okay.
Sorry, just moving to get the person in the right spot. Okay, there we go. So Bonsai is going to do a grapple here. If I know how to do this. Is it, yeah, how do I click on that?
I'm sorry?
How do I don't have a button for it.
Oh, it's your athletics versus his acrobatics or athletics, my choice.
Got it. So, athletics. Is this considered an attack?
It's an action.
For the purposes of mounted combatant, would I get advantage for this being a melee attack?
Is grapple a melee attack? You know what? I'll allow it.
Thank you. 20.
Okay, it's gonna choose, let's see. Acrobatics or athletics, whatever's higher. Bonsai,
Rude.
just
So
barely
rude.
dips out of the way as it ducks under your grapple.
All right. It does have a minus D4.
It does.
Oh, shit!
What happens in a tie?
You win the tie. So
All right, cool.
Bonsai,
I'm gonna take it.
you take it, and you just rip this thing up out of the ground. One moment. Bonsai, there is a brief moment of heat in your face as if it is grappled and removed from the ground, the unstable root bulb bursts. Make me a dex save.
Okay. Cool. Normal.
And one for Sai. Alright, one second. I closed my my thing real quick. It should auto go in just a moment. This is a DC 15 saving throw, by the way.
Yeah, I was off by 1 or 2, I guess. So
Bonsai, you have the pod thrower grappled. However, as you rip it out of the ground, the unstable pod immediately explodes. You take 6 damage, and Saithius takes 6 damage from the fire.
So Saithius should actually take half of that because of mounted combatant.
He normally took 13, it was half, so he took 6.
Well,
Wait, but
he
he
succeeded
succeeded.
his saving throw.
Ah, okay. Let me undo and do a 4th of that. There you go.
And why is Bonsai taking half though?
Are you resistant to fire?
Definitely shouldn't be.
Let me look.
Magic damage? Is it considered magic?
It is fire. It is magic. Do you take half magic?
Yes, I do.
That is correct.
So then I guess Bonsai would, or Saithius would actually take a quarter, so he'd only take 1 damage. Because it's at an AoE half damage for magic, plus the half damage for saving the throw, plus the half damage for the mounted combatant.
He will take 1 damage. Boop. Sai lives.
Cool. Seems worth. All right. So yeah, Bonsai is sideways on Saithius, ripping this plant out of the ground, having it explode, and Saithius is going to continue the momentum forward with this dude, and bring him into the gravity well.
Oh god.
Let's see. That was like 40 movement, I think.
What you thinking?
Well, so I still have full actions for Saithius and another like 30 movement. But it doesn't make sense that Saithius would be able to claw or bite the pod thrower that Bonsai is grappled with. So I'm gonna say his turn's over, but he wants to hold action, and if there's something within range that's an enemy, he's going to bite it twice.
Okay. Very good.
And that's the end of my turns.
Top of the round, round 3. The pod thrower that is currently out of the ground cannot regenerate. He is grappled and removed from the ground. He is also currently grappled. I think he's just going to try and pod thrower in your face, Bonsai.
You sure he's not going to try to wriggle free?
He's a very stupid plant. I'm gonna coin flip it. 1 to 3, he wriggles free. He's gonna pod through your face.
Okay, sounds fair.
I need to move Saithius slightly because I can't target Bonsai. There we go. Sorry, Sai.
You've
Wriggling
chosen the
and
most complex way of doing this. So you're forgiven.
Wriggling and thrashing the pod thrower. First, attempt to regrow pod. And does. As new sprouts burst into life all over the pod thrower. Completely bereft of the unstable bulb, it desperately tries to attack whatever has uprooted it. We're just gonna go... Yeah, we're gonna Flaming Speed Pod. Just... Dex saves from you two.
Oof.
Ooh.
That was less good. So once again, safe, it should take or a quarter of that further. So, I don't know, what's a quarter of 13?
3. At least the game has a quarter calculator automatically, so that's nice.
Cool.
And it's going to do it again. It lets loose another seed pod right on top.
Oh, actually, I'm sorry. Saithius should have dodged that. It should be fine, but it's not getting the +5 for Bonsai's aura.
Oh, okay. Two succeeds, and I'm gonna undo that damage, and...
Should be 2, I think, for Saithius.
2? Okay. And Bonsai only took 4. So as Bonsai takes to the skies with the Pyrrhic pod thrower, Flix, you see a couple explosions of fire as they both ascend upwards. And Bonsai is actually doing rather well. And they continue to ascend. Rain, you're up.
Okie dokie. I honestly didn't think this far ahead, guys. I'm not prepared to deal with the consequences of my actions.
Hey, I didn't think besides fly sideways and rip plant out of ground.
You're 40 feet up with that guy, right?
Yeah.
Already?
Yep.
So he's also out of my range, very much so. I think. Actually, wait, maybe he's not. Put his range on. No, he's definitely out of range. Oh, that's 120 feet though. Okay. Actually,
Yeah, all of this stuff is floating in the air except for Dreon.
so we're gonna go here. 5, 10, 15. And go. Yeah, okay. And then what is... We're just gonna go for maximum nonsense at this point, just to measure it. All right. Rain is going to cast Dancing Lights. Oh, it's concentration. Why is it a concentration spell? That's fucking nonsense. Who has concentration spells as cantrips? Preposterous. Okay, never mind. We're...
That's monstrous. I like that.
I genuinely have nothing to do here, guys. Everything's out of range. So I think Rain is just going to insight the Arbor site, and we're going to call it a day. If I can even find my insight. There we go. Nope.
Wow.
Okay. Well, GG's. Keep being sexy, Flix.
Flix, you're up.
Wait, so you want me to continue to be sexy as though I have a choice in the matter?
Well, I mean, like, throw your sexy farther, so more things are attracted to the gravity well.
So you want me to
I suppose we
be
could
aggressively sexy?
yes, actively sexy, not your normal passively sexy self.
All right.
You need
All
to
right.
up
No, I can
the-
do that. That's
Yes.
fine. That's fine. Let's see.
You need to make those plants' panties drop.
Oh,
planties.
What?
I did put it on a T for you. You're welcome.
Let's see. What have I got?
Flick sitting up in the air with a little piano. I'm gonna take them panties off.
I'm gonna take them panties off.
All right. Christina, can I use silent image to make a 15-foot tall version of Flix that just mirrors my sexy, alluring plant attracting dance moves?
Yes. Yes.
All right, that's what we're doing then.
Please?
All right, I'm going to end Hex. I'm not going to be able to necrofy these plants. Just fair warning.
Well,
We're going all in on sexy here.
The gravity well.
All right then. Well, as you wish. All right, Flix creates a giant Flix. It's silent, but it's a giant Flix, full with sparkles and lasers and somehow less clothing.
Oh.
He's got like a little cod piece that has a flower, a rose on it. And
a rose.
giant-
Oh.
A rose, yes, a rose in full bloom. It's a metaphor, you know. And
Go
are you okay,
on.
Christina?
Yes.
Ba-da-da,
Hey, girl, we put my pistol in your stamen.
And there are like the giant Flix has like rhinestones glued all over his body for some reason.
He's
And
beautiful.
he's going to twerk and gyrate aggressively at all the plants in the vicinity. Hopefully it's so large and there's so many light beams and sparkles coming off of him that he attracts the various guardian chesticles that are over here and whatever this is. We're going for a very pride aesthetic here, is what I'm saying.
Oh my
That
goodness.
drum music was appropriate for your description.
it
Thank
really
you.
was.
Thank you for your service, sir.
Now can I have advantage on my whatever? Do you want performance? Because persuasion requires speech.
It's definitely performance.
Can I get advantage?
Yes.
Excellent. 16. Not my best performance. The movements aren't quite synced up yet, but maybe that'll get a few of them coming over.
I'm gonna check the vision on whatever may be able to see you. One moment. Checking on the Mortifera. It cannot see you. There's a rock in the way. The Arbor site definitely sees you.
Even though I'm like way up in the sky, like I'm 30 feet up. I'm not higher than the rock, and actually, and the illusionary me is like what, 45 feet up?
I actually don't know. Let's say this rock.
We're basically putting on an exceptionally sexy drone show for these.
I'm just checking his vision. That rock is definitely in his way. It also has no eyeballs, so hold on. The Arbor site definitely sees you. It is definitely going to switch from going towards Dreon to towards Flix. After Dreon misses it 3 times, it no longer sees him as a threat. The other one...
It's working!
The other one sees enough to join the initiative order.
It's really
I'm gonna-
unfortunate that like Dreon's just over here being like quiet, respectable gay, and he's losing out to Flix, who's just over the top gay.
And this one will also join the initiative order.
I'd say that Dreon's a bear, but he's a cat. It's very confusing.
And that does not see you. Flix, you have successfully gyrated your illusionary, extra Flixy Flix to the attention of 2 more Arbor sites, which have changed their interest from the runes and the fish in the pond to the giant rose cod-pieced fairy flying and sparkling 30 feet in the air.
I was born for this.
What else are you doing?
I mean, I think that's pretty much it, right? I guess I can roll an insight check on this arbor site that's coming toward me. I think I succeeded on my last insight check and forgot to ask a question. Come to think of it. No, I rolled and then rolled a 1 because that's what
Yeah, it was
happens when I
not
have plus 10
great.
or more in something.
Flix, what would you like to know?
I want to know what those testicles do, of course.
Yes. The testicles. Let's go for... I'll show you this one. Whenever the arbor site suffers 10 or more damage from a single attack, a length of its vines breaks free. That's its testicle. The animated tendrils under the arbor site's control, moving and acting as an extension of the creature. It has 14 HP, AC 14, 10 hit points, and a speed of 10.
Oh. That seems inconvenient. You know, I bet if you hit those things really hard, those testicles would break off.
Drion is just looking away from all this and not paying attention.
Flix, does that end your round?
Oh yeah, Flix feels pretty good about this round. You may proceed.
Bonsai, you're up.
All right. When Bonsai like birthed into this world, they really thought they were going to be a support character, but they didn't realize it was going to be like this. Bonsai is going to try to emphasize Flix's giant visage and is just going to release the Pyrrhic Pod Thrower.
Ah! All right, it is no longer grappled.
Yeah. So that's a thing. That's going to start falling upwards on its turn, I assume. Yeah. And then I guess Bonsai is going to hold their action until... Shit. Who's our target? They say over the link.
I don't know. I'm just trying to lure them into this zone so that they can fall upward. I don't really have a plan past that.
Do we want to try to get those flowers off to the far west, or are we just focused on the things around the portal?
I'm trying to track all of them, but the ones to
think
the
we
far
just
west are
really need
ignoring me.
I think we just really need a shot to the portal, and like we just go through the portal. It's probably fine.
Okay, that makes sense. Great. Bonsai is then going to hold their action. If an arbor site, so not a pod thrower, comes within range, they're going to use their attack action to whip it twice. And then before their turn is over, they're going to insight check the arbor site.
All right, let's see it. Whip it good. What would you like to know?
Does it have any other abilities that we are not aware of?
One moment. Sure does. Let's see. How about... actually, give me 1 second. I had to fix one thing real quick. Oh my god, everything is busted. Okay, sorry, that was loading really slow for me. So you've seen his ability to shear off parts of themselves and leave them quivering upon the ground. It also has a very dangerous thorny vine, and I'm going to target itself so you can see it. A relatively nasty vine. It has the ability to easily grapple the target with a very high escape DC. Until this grapple ends, the target will take continual acid damage at the start of the arbor site's turns, and tendril attacks against the target have advantage. The arbor site can grapple up to 2 creatures at the same time.
Those things are a lot scarier than well, maybe they look scary. They're scary. Just stay away from them, everybody. At least 10 feet. And that's the end of Bonsai's turn.
Very good. Next up, this pot thrower still 100 feet in the air. Roots exposed to the world. The arbor site continues shambling forward. It climbs up on top of this rock and lets out a shriek from the skulls dotting its vines. It is not close enough to anything and is out of movement. Drion, you're up.
Okay, so Drion, as Flix began, like, giant 15-foot twerking, like, Drion actually turned away, just horrified. So he's, like, looking away, and, are you done?
Oh, not remotely.
Oh, it is not done.
Face your feelings, Drion.
fucking face you in the fucking face later. And then Treon
You already
turns.
did. I owe you for that. Consider this a minor recompense. The 15-foot tall flick says as it gyrates, it thrusts its hips aggressively.
Dreon is going to insight, desperate to think about anything else. Dreon is going to insight the Arbalite.
What would you like to know?
Can I get maybe a weakness?
Absolutely. One moment. It's vulnerable to fire damage.
Say less. All right, maybe we can actually hit it this time. All right.
Dreon pulls the bow. That'll hit. He did it.
Well, it thinks I'm not using fire damage. We had this problem before with it.
Oh, you have to, right now, you have to, when you're rolling damage, if you put in bracket, fire, close bracket, it should count as fire.
Okay. I think
Because you would have to just put, like, type, like 1d4 fire, like that.
Oof, okay.
But you don't have to, you just have to type the bracket thing. The die roll will.
Alright, so how do you
Just
want to handle the last roll?
I'll take care of that. So, the psychic damage, it did 1 psychic damage, so we'll say that's fire damage, and he's vulnerable, so that's doubled. That's gonna be 11 damage, excuse me.
Alright, and then let me see exactly how much this is here. I'm trying to figure out in the description where it says exactly how much damage it does.
You, just hit the damage button, and then when the prompt comes up...
Oh, hold on. Formula, okay.
And then the formula, you could just put the bracket fire.
So it will not let me edit the formula.
Oh, darn. Here, why don't I just swap it to fire real quick? Give me a second.
Okay.
Let's see. What is it doing? Fire. Okay. Close that and then do 1d6 fire. Okay, if you close it and open it again, it'll do it.
Okay. There we go. Do you want me to start from the first attack or just
No,
do
just
the
hit the damage button because you hit with that one.
Okay. I go to hit the damage and it wants me to roll the attack.
Oh, that's fine. If you get lower than a 21, we'll just say you get a 21.
Okay.
All right, very good. The fire damage is correctly doubled. However, it does appear to be resistant to piercing.
Okay. That is going to end Dreon's turn. And he's just gonna turn back away from Flicks.
But he's doing such a good job being so distracting.
Well, you know, every plan has drawbacks.
Saethius.
Cool. Saethius is gonna get the signal from Bonsai that like, forget about the pot throwers. They're not important. And is going to take off after this arbor site thing. But staying at distance. And in the gravity well.
That poor pod thrower just now floating there.
Just you wait. Cool. So once we get within range, Bonsai's held action is going to trigger. as they do. And this thing is large size, so just normal attack. Ooh, that sucked.
Ooh.
Yeah. Bonsai is not quite used to the gravity, like, mixing between the start of the whip and the end of the whip, and it just goes completely off. But they're going to try again. Alright, that one hits.
That'll hit.
So, am I allowed to add smites to held actions, or is that something I'd have to call out ahead of time?
That is a good question.
It's not like an action or a bonus action thing.
It's what is your Holy Smite called? Is it just Holy Smite?
It's not Holy Smite. I think it's just
Divine Smite? Okay, hold on.
When you hit with a melee weapon attack, I'm not going to do it right now, so this can be circled back later. I'm just curious for the future.
I don't see why you couldn't. But I'd allow it.
Okay, cool. I'm not doing it right now, but good to know. So yeah, that's 16 random damage.
As you whip at the arbor site and your whips entangle with the pile of skulls and vines, it creates a cutting.
Oh, this is what we were warned against. New target. And Bonsai is going to communicate to Saithius to go after the cutting, but also be mindful of the gravity. So as it leaves the gravity, Saithius flips right side up and continues forward, skirting around the arbor site's range.
Why don't you wait until they get into the zone before you attack them? That way all their little bitsy bobs float upward.
Why not
fall
both?
upward?
And Bonsai is going to claw. What's that? Oh, initiative.
No, my cutting! As
waited to roll
Sai
initiative.
dives down to get the wriggling cutting, tearing it to pieces immediately. It stops wriggling.
Cool. And then Bonsai is going to immediately book it out of there. So we went 25 feet, 20 feet, so that's 45. So we're going to go straight up into the air the rest that we can go. So let's just say 60 feet. And that's the end of Saithius' turn.
All right. One of the arbor sites, roused into motion by Flix's display, begins to shamble forward.
I'm sorry, it's not letting me change the height, the elevation.
Oh, what elevation do you want to be?
60?
Let's see. There you go.
Thank you.
I'll have to check on that. All right, let's have this guy shimmy forward. Start here and go. He's excited. He's gonna go double move. Shimmy-cha. Another arbor site in the back. We'll be doing this a similar thing. And we'll go, let's see, double move on the rocks. And then shimmy over, skittering vines across the rocks, splashing. As it moves forward. This pod thrower is in the middle of nothing and goes 100 feet in the air. Whee!
This is the most
all the
fun
way
these
up.
plants have had in a long time. Let's be honest. This is like bringing a theme park ride to their home.
Whee! It does not regenerate as it is currently uprooted. Rain.
We're doing a public service.
I don't think Rain can do anything anyway. Ray's gonna start creeping towards the portal. Oh, hang on. You did not attract the chesticle tentacle or chesticle testicle, whatever.
I did not.
Not
seem
yet,
to
but I'm
notice
about to take
Flix's
this show
display.
on tour.
Raina's gonna dash to get up here with Dreon.
It's
and
got
kind of-
no eyeballs.
Is this a rock here? Like Rain can like duck behind.
Yeah. It is just slightly shorter than the other rocks, so it only provides about half cover.
Rain will just hide behind it, then wait for the shambling masses to move past.
Very good.
Well, insight check, I guess. Will be
Insight,
useful
you can make
for-
me a quick stealth check too as you duck behind that rock.
Nope. And. Meh.
All right. Rain, you take a knee behind the rock and hope you are not seen by the mortifera. Rain, does that end your round?
That's it. Yep.
There is a pod thrower 100 feet in the air. Flix, you're up.
All right. These various critters are not paying enough attention to me, and that's intolerable. So, let's see. I can travel 120 feet and around. All right. We're gonna do a little Pied Piper action if the Pied Piper used an exquisite buttock instead of a pipe.
Oh my.
Yeah, we're gonna fly all the way over here.
Oh, Lottie coming.
Oh lord, he is coming.
I can't move my... Let's just presume that my illusion moved with me. And we're gonna
you
do
can
another
move it.
performance.
You made it, you move it.
Where's the little clicky thing to move it?
Well, you have to be on the clicky thing menu in order to see clicky thing.
Which one is clicky thing?
The
Ruler.
measuring tool.
To move stuff?
To
Yes,
move
you have
your
to click on the
measuring tool,
measuring
you have to
tool.
be in the measuring tool.
Yeah, I don't know. I can't move it. I can't wiggle it. I don't
You
understand.
can.
I'm on the oh, I was on the measure distance. Okay.
Use the
Oh,
right
nope. It's
tool.
making a new one.
Choose
to
the
click on it.
measurement controls and then the little square that looks like a little explosion. Click on that, click and hold it, and drag it around.
That's so exciting. All right.
I swear to God. The UI.
So just to be clear, Bonsai left the gravity well. Flix is now leaving the gravity well.
I'm
so now,
leaving the gravity well in order to get their attention so that they'll follow me back to the gravity well. Just
okay, I just want to
have
be
a
clear
little
that this
faith.
arbor site now has no reason to go into the gravity well.
Well, hide or something, or cast invisibility. It'll be fine.
If I cast invisibility, the gravity well goes away. But it'll be fun. It's fine.
Well, don't do that then. Performance again, right?
Yeah, gyrate.
All right, with advantage. 21. Haha.
The mortifera, currently tearing fish apart in the tiny pond, makes a wet noise as it looks up. Well, you think it looks up. It aims its mouth parts at you, and tentacles begin to gyrate in your direction.
Yeah,
And it
Flix
enters the
forgets to
initiative
animate
order.
it on the way over, and it just T-poses over there and then resumes gyrating.
Flix, what else are you doing with your round?
Oh, I would like to know what the vulvas do.
It entered the initiative order.
Besides that, I think I'm going to start characterizing all the exciting things that happen in my sex life as this has entered the initiative order.
You can insight it to find out some more information.
I did. I want to know. I want to know what their horrific, tentacly slash full of teeth does.
Oh, Let's see. Which horrible tentacle thing should I show you? How about this one? The Mortifera appears to be dripping with poison, and its tendrils, please don't make me roll that, a creature that starts its turn grappled by the Mortifera must succeed on DC 15 con save or be poisoned for a minute.
Oh, that's terrible. Well, the vulvas are poisonous, in case you were wondering. I mean, not all of them, obviously, but these are.
Anything else with your turn, Flix?
I think that's everything I can do, actually.
The giant, sparkling, gyrating Flix gyrates near the center of the pond. Yeah. Bonsai. You're up.
That was quick. Fuck, we're gonna be boring. Actually, we're not. All right, we're gonna insight this far arbor site, just because. Why not?
What would you
20.
like to know?
What is its movement speed?
30.
Cool.
They're slightly faster than you would expect. Or a walking mass of vines.
Perfect. Okay. Exactly within range. So Bonsai is going to cast Command on this arbor site. Yeah.
Oh! Ooh. Oh, Bonsai. Oh, you are within range, aren't you? Are you 60 feet up?
You said no Pythagorean theorem.
You have to go, I mean, you are 60 feet up, so you have to go 60 feet this way and then 60 feet down.
Oh, you mean like the word? Oh, okay.
So, I mean, you are currently way too far to cast that.
Fine. Bonsai is going to hold their action, and when within range of that arbor site, they're going to cast Command.
Okay, that's fair.
And that's the end of their turn.
No, stop. No command. The pop thrower is currently 100 feet up in the air. This arbor site that is under Bonsai does indeed not have any reason to go into the gravity well. It will continue, let's see, either chase Flix's thing or chase Dreon. High roll will chase Dreon. That's high enough. The arbor site shambles forward. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. Ooh, I should not make that noise with my throat in this condition. Ahem.
It gets sentineled, right? That's a thing.
What does Sentinel do again? Sorry, I forgot.
Look. When a creature within 5 foot of you makes an attack against a target. No, wait. What was it was a polearm.
Yeah,
It's
Polearm
when it
Master.
enters your melee range. You can do it with Polearm Mastery.
Sentinel also has a thing where if something enters your threatened radius, it provokes an attack of opportunity against
Yeah.
you, and if you hit it, its movement drops to 0 for that.
You're
whole
willing to
turn.
play other creatures provoking up to when they enter your reach. Okay. Yeah, so it's getting hit once.
All right, let's see it.
It gets hit 5 feet away from you critically, or 10 feet away from you. That's
Oh, yeah. Okay, that's it. So it needs to go back a little bit. All right, let me roll.
That'll hit.
So it gets like within 10 feet of Dreon, and Dreon just looks up, oh, fuck off, and just swings at it.
It does not take more than 10 damage in a single turn, so it does not make a cutting.
Intentionally low damage.
Got him?
Sentinel does stop it though when it takes.
Yeah, so it's done. It's not getting to me.
That's
as soon as
fine.
it becomes 0.
But
But it's like a tentacle monster, so, you know.
That's
Yeah, it's
fine,
gonna-
because
it's
his
gonna do
thorn
something.
vine is going to whip you because it has a 10-foot reach.
Yeah, I thought it might.
That'll hit. As the vine
Yep.
lashes out at Drion. Drion takes a combination of 31 piercing and acid damage. Drion, you are grappled.
Youch.
Let's see, until this grapple ends, the target will take 2d6 acid damage at the start of each of the Arborsight's turns. And tendril attacks against you will have advantage.
Don't love it.
The Arborsight, now wrapping Drion in a tentacly embrace, begins to try and drag him forward into his, well, as Flix succinctly put it, multi-testicled mouth.
I regret nothing.
And since Drion is grappled, this will have advantage. The vine wraps around Drion again. The thorns sinking into his flesh, and you feel and smell the hissing of fur as the acid begins to take hold.
Youch.
Drion, you are grappled.
Yep.
May I say, Giga grappled. Drion,
Ow.
you're up.
All right. Well, first things first. I guess we're gonna try to strength check out of the grapple.
DC 16. The acrobatics or athletics. Okay, that's also fine. Drion, you rip free and are no longer
Alright.
taking damage from the acid.
Is that taking my action or is that a bonus action? How's that work?
That's an action.
Okay. Drion is going to immediately pop second wind. All right.
Okay,
and
23 hit
Drion-
points, not bad.
Drion looks over. He is going to slash at it. Actually, he's going to insight first. Can I get an HP bar?
Sure can. 1 second. Ooh. There you go.
Okay. Yeah, actually, Drion uses action, and he uses bonus action, so Drion's just gonna book it.
Where's he going?
Yeah, yeah, that's it. That's all I can move. Drion says telepathically, "Not really my kind of customer. He does not fear the glaive." And that's gonna end his turn.
Saethius.
Had to reload real quick. Sorry about that. Should be back in a second. But basically, Saethius is going to fly half the distance towards the thing in the upper right that I'm trying to command.
Okay.
Alright, back in. Cool. So turns towards it, flies like half the distance, and down 30 feet.
There we go. That's good.
Why is it not? Still not letting me click on the token to set elevations for some reason. Oh, there we go.
That's really annoying. Here we go.
Okay. So yeah, we're down 30 feet. So now we're within range. Command triggers. Bonsai is commanding through the language of the forest. Sorry, I gotta get the sheet.
Go ahead and cast command for me.
Yeah, I had to move Saethius to get access to the sheet to then be able to do that.
All good.
Sorry. Command.
It will attempt to make a wisdom save. Oh god. Fails with a 15. It is currently
Cool.
commanded.
So I don't know what word would command this, but like, I don't know, hurry. Basically, Bonsai is trying to command the arbor site to dash into the gravity well.
So you want him to just go here?
Yep, it uses action to dash, or his turn to dash, and straight towards the center of the gravity well.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. And then when Saethius realizes that it happened, and we got all the tree people to support us, Saethius does a little loop-de-loop and sprints back towards Arbor Site. And by sprint, I mean flies. And we are going to do a claw attack.
You'll have to get a little closer.
For Saethius?
Yeah, he's 30 feet up.
Sorry. We're going to be down to 15 feet in the air.
Sounds good. Let me see. Yep, there you go.
Should be a normal attack. Damn it.
That'll miss.
But we can multi-attack, so we're going to try again with the other claw.
That'll hit.
And that will hit. Okay.
You do
7 slashing.
7 slashing and do not create a cutting.
And we are going to finish through with a pounce, given the massive distance we've gone. So it needs to make a strength saving throw against 14 DC. Oh, cool.
It fails.
It is knocked prone.
It is not immune to that, so it is definitely prone.
And then Saethius is going to take its bonus action to bite because of pounce.
That's advantage. He begins to rip and tear at the vines.
Oh shit.
He does manage to rip a massive vine free, which has enough power to continue wriggling on its own.
Unintentional. And I'm pretty sure that was probably all of the movement. I don't feel like calculating it. So that's going to be the end of Saethius' turn.
Very good. Next up, the commanded arbor site is going to dash 60 feet forward into the gravity well. And it absolutely makes it. As he enters the gravity well, he will make a dex save. Oh, what's my DC, Rain?
It would be 20. It would be 20.
I am not hitting that. And he immediately goes 100 feet in the air.
They're just like bobbing up there, like
With
really.
with some
as
water,
balloon.
just splish splash.
Oh yeah, because that's like a little stream right there, so it's just like a really cool reversed like waterfall. So there's little. This is the worst quinceañera ever.
Flix is currently 30 feet up, but definitely out of the arbor site's range. So this guy, lured by the Flix thing, going to move 30 feet this way. So we're gonna go 5, 10, 15, 20.
That's right, you arboreal idiots. Follow me.
The cutting that was currently created by Saethius, ripping it free of the arbor site, flops to the ground. Let's see. Sai, are you still 15 feet up?
Yes, that's correct.
And it begins flopping this way, towards Rain. Top of the round, round 5. The pod thrower floats helplessly in the reverse gravity. The Mortifera, now currently roused by Flix. Let's see. moves forward, splashing through the water, making horrible squelching noises as it goes. Check. He'll go here and aim his horrendous vulvas towards Flix. And let rip with a massive blast of poison.
Oh, I hate that. Alright, well, if I can make my dex saving throw for once. I had my character sheet on screen, and I don't anymore.
Make me a DC 15 dex save.
I do it.
And you succeed.
And I'll also... I think I finally got the rogue feature that lets me take half damage from stuff on a turn. Did I get that? Maybe?
No, I don't think we talked about this. I don't think your rogue levels are high enough. If you have it, you can link it, but if you don't have it, you don't have it.
Rogue sticks, I thought I just got it.
Well, Flex, you are going to take only half damage from the poison, so you managed to only take 12. Oops, not one.
Unfortunately, this doesn't... Oh, Constitution, that's not good.
Flix, your concentration is broken, and your illusion falls.
Well, that's fucking horrible.
You rub the stinging acid out of your eyes. You manage to avoid it getting all over your clothes, but the amount that goes down your throat and your eyes is enough to shake your concentration. The Mortifera begins to absorb some of the water around it, sucking in plankton and other nearby greenery, trying to recharge its poison. I think that auto-rolled. Stop.
Yeah. Uncanny Dodge. Starting at 5th level, when an attacker that you can see hits you with an attack, you can use your reaction to have the attack's damage against you.
Let's say Uncanny Dodge.
You have to use your reaction, though. That's not the same as evasion, which is the...
You're right. It's two different abilities, but it still works on any attack.
Yeah. You could uncanny dodge that with your reaction, yeah. But you take half of whatever you took.
Yeah, so you ended up taking 12.
A quarter
so
damage from it.
I will heal you for 6.
Thanks.
Yeah.
Does that change his concentration?
He failed with a 7.
No, I rolled a 3. Like,
Oh,
I
yeah, he
literally
critically
rolled a
failed,
1
so.
on my con. Yeah.
That definitely goes down. Rain, you're up. A wriggling cutting from the arbor site that Saithius tore off with his claws is wriggling towards you.
Yeah. How big is it?
It is a medium cutting.
Okay. Never mind.
Let me just make sure. Hold on. Yeah, it's just a medium cutting.
Keeping gravity up is making this difficult. All of my non-concentration spells are pretty expansive or not applicable. So I think we're just going to laser beam the cutting.
Okay. That'll hit. The thorny vine, dripping with acid, is no match for Rain's Ray of Frost, and is zorted out of existence.
And we're gonna take a couple steps back. Let's see. Is this like difficult terrain if I walked over it?
That rug, you would just have to, you can make me an athletics check or an acrobatics check to hop over it.
Yeah, I can do that. I'm really good at acrobatics. In theory. Especially with Blade Song up, I have advantage.
Oh yeah, you can vault over that pretty easy,
Yeah.
Rain. Hey, yep.
Let me get there. So these things, okay, I can kind of see these things now. They seem to be fixated on Flicks, like the.
They were, but now Flix's concentration fell. And now it's just Flix flying up in the air.
But they're still
I
fixated
mean,
on
I'm still
him.
pretty alluring, right?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
I've got a little bit going on.
He is they are allured.
What is the distance here? Sorry, it's a big map. Gotta check ranges. Okay, we're not close enough yet. So Rain is going to hide again, like behind this rock
Alright, make me a stealth check.
for now.
Okay,
That's pretty good. Okay.
not bad.
And we will insight, I guess, insight something. We'll insight the arbor site there on Flix.
What would you like to know?
Another ability, if it has one that we don't know.
Let's see. So you've seen its thorn vines, which are relatively nasty. The animated tendrils that it creates from its cuttings do a pretty significant amount of damage. They also have 10-foot reach and do piercing damage.
Okay. That's the end of Rain's turn.
All right. At the end of Rain's turn, it's 9 o'clock. And today we will call the session as you finish up your battle with this corrupted flora and fauna.
These botanical buffoons.
These. It's good to be back. Did you guys have fun?
Yay.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Did you have fun? Did we ruin your fun?
No, you didn't ruin my fun. I like the gravity well. That's a hilarious idea.
This is exactly the energy I wanted coming back after like a bunch of weeks off. So
We could've
thank you
just
for
killed
spilling
all these
nonsense,
things.
friends. We could have.
But,
Like, this is absolutely the most inefficient way we could have possibly dealt with this. It like caused like Dreon like a full fucking life bar and like a 7th level spell from Rain, but like I'm here for it. Thank you for everybody for committing to the bit, especially thank you, Flix.
I mean, I thought it was hilarious that these things, if you uproot them, they immediately explode. And I was like, oh, okay, reverse gravity is definitely just going to do that. So, I mean, that's one way of handling that. Also, they don't regenerate when they're just floating up in the air. So, honestly, it's pretty great.
I'm just waiting
And-
for it to end and then land, and you'd be like, nope, they're immune to fall damage.
The only
There's
thing,
actually
the
fall
problem,
damage there.
the only problem is that reverse
the-
gravity created a strategy where Dreon could not participate in fights.
They are resistant to bludgeoning damage. You did learn that during the fight. They're just FYI.
I mean,
It
we're
would
probably gonna
be
have to do a bunch of
10d6.
mop up after they fall. Honestly, I
No,
don't
we're
think it's
just
gonna
going
kill
through
them
the
all.
portal. That's the whole point.
Oh,
We're making a beeline for the portal. Fuck them.
so we're gonna trap them all in the gravity well, and then just walk to the portal without killing them. Is that the
That's
plan?
absolutely Rain's plan.
All right. I mean, they're still gonna be here when we come out of the portal, right?
You assume that we come back out of the portal the same way we came in.
That is true. That is exactly what I'm assuming.
If it's another plane, Rain can take us anywhere we want to go on this plane. Or alternatively, if it's not another plane, Rain can still teleport us back to the ship. So
Hmm.
Broke the narrative.
Friends, I'm gonna go log out for the night.
All right, sounds
Bye,
good.
All right. Have a good night.
Good night,
Welcome back,
everybody.
Christina.
Yes, thank you, thank you.
Yep, much love. Welcome back. And it's delightful to play with you all again.
Yes, I
Agreed.
will definitely see you all next week for what lies beyond the portal if you survive these mortal fare. So thanks for playing D&D with me again. All right,
Thanks
I'll
for
see
running.
you guys.
Thanks for
yeah.
prepping everything. I'm
Yeah.
glad you're feeling better.
So-
Yeah, me too. Holy shit. All right,
Have
good
a
night,
wonderful
guys.
night, friends.
Thank you.
Good night.
All right, everybody. And that's it for Arctis today. Whoa. 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 Thanks for watching. Catch our VODs over on YouTube. You can catch them in full and any breaks trimmed out. Catch our shorts and funny moments over on Play Arctis. It's the best parts of our sessions. And I'm Zarina. Thanks for watching. I went on vacation for a couple weeks and immediately got sick when I got back. So, my break was a little bit longer than intended. But it is good to be back playing D&D. And I have missed everyone. Etc. Thanks for hanging out, Nukiashi. D&D is back, so are you. Thank you so much. Hey, what's up, Goldfish? Are you winning, Sport? I'm the DM. I'm always winning. Honey with the resub. Huge resub. Hope you're having fun. Thank you for watching. We will be back on Monday, hopefully with Kamos. Unfortunately, we do have a player whose schedules have changed at work. So we will be down a C-swab for a little bit. But we will still be throwing down some Kamos. So I will see everybody on Monday for some more D&D. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.